Dumelang mapara le maparagadi. It is a new week and that can only mean one thing. Another episode of Mzanzi Fundiz is on your screen. Kalibitso Kelekoko, your host, Baraketsama Kelemong. I have a panel of Fundis. Abachita lazi ipola. SC le Mamposa. This week we witnessed a rather topsy-turvy week where Stellies, as usual, Mamelodi Sundowns, Orlando Pirates, they get all the way to the final, status quo. Bafana go on yet another quest for their African mission. Can they emulate what they did in the last AFCON? I mean, they're going to be taking on Uganda, for their first kickoff year, a qualification round. Gentlemen, Dipelo di Joang, Likutra le Joang, SC Ukraine.
Nake for the Cox, I don't want to lie to you.
You're on your own.
Yeah. Look, at some point you have to apply the rule we used to use last season, 24 hours rule. You sulk for 24 hours, you celebrate for 24 hours.
But you've been having a lot of 24 hours.
It's only two. It's only two for the season.
But even the first one, you guys were complaining because it's not like you were taking your chances. So the 24 hours, they're accumulating.
Yeah, look, I think homework for coach and technical team high, so we can't.
The homework, chief. That's a different.
Unfortunately, it's going to be there.
That's a different coach. Homework is no more.
But he spoke of it.
Mamposa, we look at the Sundowns and we say the last 10 minutes that they were playing, where Peter Shalula was introduced, hit the post. We see Sundowns hitting the post. I counted 4 times or so during that time. Is it a matter of luck? Can Mangoba go to the Sundowns management and say, I'm not winning matches because of luck? And they'll accept it.
Look, here's my thing. And we'll ask, and it's funny, when results don't go, we are very quick to forget certain things. We've sat here and we've spoken about how great Stellies is in terms of refreshing themselves, selling players. If you go to any Sundowns supporter last season, those Sundowns may have won. Against Stellenbosch, it wasn't an easy sailing.
Correct.
It was always a hard toil. We may have won, but it was a hard toil to be able to win. And now the same Stellenbosch, now we expected Sundowns to have walked over them. Games between Stellenbosch and Sundowns have always been tough, have always been hard to get by. Whoever wins is after laboring for the entire game. So Stellenbosch has done well, but also there is a bit of lack of synergy between the technical team and the players on the Sundown side. Because here's my thing. Against Polokwane, had a brilliant first half. Had the first 10 minutes whereby they played brilliantly. So you could tell that they're getting the system. Come against first game against Stellies, you wait for Mshishi to come in, last 15 minutes, you play like a house on fire. You then wait, Mshishi then starts, after there was outcry about Mshishi starting, doesn't give you that. Wait for the last 10 minutes, Mshishi Debs are out, you are again a house on fire. And you create very clear, there's no ambiguity about Norman Bacha is the chance. Very clear chances, hit the post. Against Polokwane City, hit the post twice. Against Stellies, hit first leg, hit the post twice. Against Stellies again, those were clear chances.
Cox, sorry Cox. I just want to go back to what Mamposa just mentioned when we speak of synergy. You look at the preseason and you look at these first 2 games that Sundowns has had. And when we speak of synergy, it leaves me baffled a little bit to ask that question, Yahore. If this team has worked together for the whole entire preseason, and we come into those 2 games and we speak of synergy, we speak of the impact that Stellies has had on Sundowns, and you look at the games that Sundowns has played against the Stellies team, ideally, you would look at that Sundowns has managed, as much as it has been a challenging game for Sundowns. I say challenging because it hasn't been so smooth when Sundowns meets Stellies or Stellies meets Sundowns. But Sundowns has managed to get results. It's very rare where you find the Stellies, even in one season, where they beat Sundowns twice. This season hasn't even begun in terms of the league. They've already beaten Sundowns twice.
I look at how Sundowns played and how they've applied themselves. They were often found wanting, especially in the second leg where they needed to get that goal. Is this a hurdle that they can get over? Do you see them correcting these mistakes and going on to be the Sundowns that you've known them to be?
100%. I think for me, they can do it. It's just a matter of psychological probably adjustments. I think players, if you look at, for me, one thing wait.
People must sit on the bench.
Wait.
People must sit on the bench.
I agree with you, but at the same time, I disagree. The reason I'm disagreeing is because you've had a momentum going through the preseason. You've got a first team that you've worked on and you've applied yourself and said, this is my first team. Yes, they haven't given you the results in 2 games only. In 2 games only. It's not 30 games. Wait, let me finish.
Games of consequence,
now,
man.
I want to come back to something, Tampoza. You look at that and you then ask yourselves questions to say, the very same thing that we're saying, let's bench them. The very same people that you're saying must come in need to have synergy as well. They need to link up.
No, Cox, I disagree.
Yes, Mampose.
Sundowns, we are now watching the finals from home. While somebody SC is trying to. So for me is that you are Mamelodi Sundowns. How many players do you have? You've signed quality players. Had the season started and certain players that have not delivered performances that we wanted and they were benched, we would have been saying, no, this one must come out and why were they on the bench? Coach has seen, and this would be my 2 cents advice, it's not worth much. So you then say, if a certain player did not deliver, let him sit on the bench. Give others a chance because you've signed quality players, because you can look at the Sundowns team as a whole. Quality is not a problem. If it's in the middle, change those that in the. If it's in the front, change those. If you did not deliver, sit on the bench, allow other children to be able to play. Ronama Sandawana, we have 1 man. Now I've said my mandate is what? Coach Manroba, please deliver the net bank. Please deliver the league.
In closing.
And
in closing. In closing. The changes that we saw in this team after Mangoba's post-match conference regarding the questions that was one and all that. I'll leave it there.
All right. As SC is leaving it there, let me pick it up. Where we'll be discussing Orlando Pirates. Because on the inverse, they're doing quite well. Can they go on to win it as they've done in the previous 2 seasons? Make sure that you come back and you catch us. Rajika.